Shalom everyone. So as the sun goes down on Monday night, one of the anxieties that we Jews will inevitably bring to the Seder table is the question of, did we do enough? And so deeply has the attention to detail aspect of the laws of Pesach entered into our Jewish consciousness that we can at times feel a bit enslaved by this holiday of freedom. On one hand, I think that the general increase in Jews being concerned about their Jewish behaviors and decisions and acts, it's a very good thing. Jews get into Pesach, and that's good for Jews, and that's good for Judaism. On the other hand, is there not some sadness and some irony attached to the notion that Jews will settle down for their feasts of freedom, wondering if their endless preparation yielded actual preparedness? Did we do enough? An insight from Parshat Tzav, which we read tomorrow in Shul, sheds some light for us, and hopefully girds us with both energy and perspective on this Shabbat Hagadol. From the opening lines of the Parsha, in which we learn more details about the korbanot, the sacrifices, that were to be offered in the tabernacle, the temple, the Talmud derives the idea that, quote, HaMizbeach Mekadesh et hara'uilo, which is roughly translated as the altar sanctifies or elevates that which is appropriate for it. The commentator Torah Tamima, Rabbi Baruch Halevi Epstein, explains the meaning of this comment in this way. Provided that the type of animal was appropriate for that particular sacrifice, even an offering that is unfit, or pasul in Hebrew, in one way or another, perhaps due to impurity or to some mistake in preparing it, that unfit offering actually is rendered fit by the altar itself. In other words, there are some general rules to sacrifices that must be honored. Only kosher animals brought at the right time. But beyond that, there are all sorts of details regarding the preparation of the sacrifice. One should, a priori, endeavor to get them all right. But understand this. If you err in some way and brought an unclean or impure or otherwise unfit animal to the altar itself somehow makes it fit. This is a system focused on details and getting it right. And so this is a surprising and wonderful turnabout in Jewish literature. It speaks to the idea that ritual does matter, and trying to get it right does matter, and standards do matter. And also, ultimately, intention seems to matter even more. The altar personified can sense the individual's intention to bring the sacrifice properly, and so thus forgives an error, making fit that which was technically unfit. In the absence of the temple, our Shabbat and holiday tables have replaced the altars. That's why we salt our challah, because they used to salt their sacrifices. And I would like to think that our Seder table embodies the same values as the altar of old. It wants our attention to detail, to preparing, to getting things right. And more profoundly, it wants our intention to bring Pesach to our homes, to celebrate freedom, and to tell the story of the Exodus. So we have 3 days left to prepare. And when we bring our offerings to our table, to the altar, to God, we can be confident that they will be accepted. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Kasher V'Sameach, a very happy, meaningful, and kosher Pesach.